Hey guys, how you doing? It's Ryan Shand here again, and I'm back with another video. In this one, it's episode 69, and as I said in my last pickups video, this is all going to be Game Boy. I've picked up a lot of Game Boy games and systems lately. I kind of came to the decision that I would like to get all the original Game Boy colour variations, for no other reason than the fact that I absolutely adore the Game Boy, as you already know. And yeah, I've been picking them up off of eBay. I picked one up off of Gumtree not long ago. Well, when this video goes up, it was quite a long time ago, but yeah, I picked one up off of Gumtree. It was a really good deal, and I couldn't pass it up. And I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to show you what I got anyway. All in this deal, I got a wee game bag, pretty cool for holding like Game Boy games and Game Boy system. You can hold it in there, which is pretty decent. Also got this little light magic magnifying thing, but unfortunately the battery was still in there, and she said she still had it in there from new, and it's all corroded, so the acid's everywhere in there. So I was like, oh man, that sucks. But I've already got I think I've already got like 2 of these anyway, so it's not really a big deal. And for the price I paid for the lot anyway, it was well worth it. So yeah, so I'll put that there. I've got a bag full of Game Boy stuff. I mean, this is one of the best hauls I've had off of Gumtree in a while, so I was really pleased with it. So yeah, I'll show you the games that I got anyway. And these games are up for grabs, guys, because I already have them. Game Boy Gallery 5-in-1. Super Mario Land. It is a bit scuffed at the top here. I'm not sure if you can really make that out, but yeah. So that's in there as well. I've got some cables. I've got a light magnifying thing for your Game Boy Advance, I think it is. Link cable for the original Game Boy, which is awesome. Charger for the Game Boy, which is awesome. That's my second one. I have a few of them there. And yeah, I got some manuals. Got a little Game Boy leaflet thing there. Another one, Nintendo service leaflet. Compact video game system manual. Manual for Super Mario Land, and a manual for Super Mario Land 2, although the game's not in here. But that's pretty sweet. So yeah, I've already got a manual. I've already got these 2 manuals, so if anybody needs them, let me know. This one's got the name of the person at the top in pen there, Lois Thompson. But yeah, if anybody needs them, let me know. We can sort something out. There was a couple more games in here as well. I've just noticed actually. Game Boy Color game Pure Ride, MTV Sports Pure Ride. Didn't have that, so that's cool. That goes right into the collection. And the last game, now this one was the reason I went to see the lot. I mean, this one was on the advertisement on Gumtree with everything else I'm about to show you. But I went to pick this one up and I was hoping it was in good condition, but I mean, you couldn't see in the picture properly if the label on the game was actually in good condition or not. So I just took a punt and I went and I seen it, and it's in perfect condition, and that is Pokemon Blue. As you can see, the label is absolutely pristine mint there. If we take the cart out, there's one little black splodge in the back, just right up here, but apart from that, it's absolutely fine. So I'm well happy. Oh, and another scuff there, sorry. But aside from that, perfect condition. I'm well pleased with that. So that's in a wee protective case, so that's magic. So aside from the bag, the games, the link cable, the Game Boy Advance Lite, the Game Boy Light Magic, Game Boy manuals, and Game Boy charger and the games there, I also got 2 Game Boys. 2. I mean, I would have went and picked up this lot anyway if it was original Game Boys. You know, just 2 like original grey ones, but it wasn't. The first one, and I didn't have this one, so this is kind of cool, is the purple Game Boy Color. I can't remember the name, but I think it's the Berry Color Game Boy. And it's absolutely pristine. It's in great condition. It works perfectly fine. The batteries weren't in it, which was a boost. I hate buying Game Boys with the batteries in them. It's just one of those things I don't like doing. The Game Boy Color ticket thing's a bit rippled here, but aside from that, it's fine. No noticeable scratches on the screen, so that's an absolute boost. So yeah, so that was wicked. I didn't have the Berry one of these, so I was well pleased to get that. I'll just sort of see if we can get a bit more light in this video. But this was the reason I went. Now, I'd always wanted this one. when I was a kid, but I never seen one, and I think one of my friends had one and I was quite jealous of it. It's an original Game Boy, but it is the red one, and it's absolutely immaculate. There's not a thing wrong with it. The only problem I have is this, that. So that's come off. But I need to, I can glue that back on. I'm pretty sure I can glue that back on, but I'm not sure what the right stuff is to use. So if any of you guys know out there, let me know and I'll get that fixed up. Because I would love to have that in pristine order in my collection. So yeah, so that's brilliant. Along the back, it's in fine condition as well. A little bit of red going over that there, which made me wonder if this was actually repainted, but if it is, they've done a fantastic job, so I don't think it has been. No batteries in it. And battery cover, awesome. So yeah, so I got all of that off of Gumtree a while ago, and I went to the lady's house. Love this, by the way. Went to the lady's house, and she had it advertised, I think it was for £25, but I was really cheeky and I went with a tenner. So I says to her, I says, okay, because she couldn't get the Game Boy working. She hadn't figured out that there was a little bit of dust in Super Mario Land, and that was the game she was testing the Game Boy on, and it wouldn't work. So I knew straight away what that was. I knew straight away what the problem was, and as soon as I got back in the car, blew in the car, put it in the Game Boy, boom, worked perfectly fine. So yeah, so I went there with a tenner and I offered her that, and she hummed and hawed over it for a while, but she says, yeah, go for it, take it away. So I did. So I got all that you just saw for £10 off of Gumtree. I'm well psyched with that, especially for that. I mean, that can go for more than that on eBay. The red one's quite a popular one. The berry Game Boy Color can go for roughly about £5 to £10 on eBay. So that's wicked. Super Mario Land, Game Boy Together, I don't know, about what, 10 maybe. So yeah, I've done really well on that already, so I'm well happy with that. And yeah, it just adds to my collection of Game Boy really. So that was what really, because before then I wasn't all that bothered about picking up the variants in the Game Boy, you know, but now I've got them. I thought, you know what, I'm going to see how many I can actually get now, and see if we can start up a decent collection, because I would like to have them all, but I know there's one in particular that's actually quite rare, as is everything. There's always one of something that's rare and it's really annoying, but such is the way of it. But you know, I mean, I hope to get it. Sorry, I'm just putting all this back in the bag in case I lose anything. So yeah. But yeah, so like I say, there's always one that's rare and that's a bit annoying for me. But you know, I'll hopefully be able to find it somewhere and I'll be able to pick it up. But nah, doesn't matter. So yeah, moving on. I then went on to eBay. You've just seen me bring the box down there. Very professional, I think. So yeah, I went on to eBay and was looking around to see if there was anything else that maybe I could pick up, Game Boy wise. And there was one deal here, and there's more games as well actually for trade or whatever, because I'm really only after the Game Boys and the Game Boy games I didn't have obviously. But I went on to eBay that night and I seen if I could find any more colour variant Game Boys and see how much they would cost me. And this one popped up, and it's the yellow Game Boy, and again, no batteries in it. It does need a clean, it's really dirty, but you know, I'll soon clean that up and have it working in no time. But yeah, this came with a heap of games actually, which I'll show you in a minute. But the boy charged me, I think it was £13.99, and it was roughly about, I think it was about £5 or £6 postage through Royal Mail. So we all know how much they overcharge you. But yeah, that was absolutely awesome. I'm really pleased with it because it does work perfectly fine. There's no scratches in the screen. Obviously the batteries have been removed, which I asked the seller before I bought them to double check that, and he did, so that was cool. But yeah, it works perfectly fine, so I've been playing away on that. I was not really a massive fan of the colour yellow, I've got to be honest, but I'm happy to get it in the collection. But it came with a ton of games, which is really cool, and it was on auction as well, so to win this for a quite low bid was absolutely awesome. First up is Wario Land, which I already have, so this one's up for grabs. It's in good condition, that one. Xenon 2, it's the American version. I don't know if that one's rare or not, because I have a boxed European one, but I'll need to check if the American one's quite rare. James Bond 007, already have it. Most of these games I've already got, I just wanted the Game Boys. Wizards and Warriors X Fortress of Fear, again, already got that. I mean, if you want to do a trade, guys, let me know and we can figure something out. Quirk, awesome. I'll be wanting to keep the protective cases though, just so you know. And Mortal Kombat, label's absolutely mint on that. So yeah, so I've already got those games. But Xenon 2, I'm going to check my one with that one and see. So yeah, and then it came with one more thing which I thought was pretty decent. And he wrapped up really well, and it is a yellow Game Boy camera. Now I've never come across one of these before, and I haven't tested it yet to see if it's okay or working or whatever. I went back and checked the description and he said that it was. But yeah, I'm interested to see just how this thing works. I mean, I know you plug it in the Game Boy obviously as you do all the game carts and stuff, but I don't really know what kind of picture you get on it or whatever. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what that looks like. But yeah, so he wrapped it up pretty well. And then I sort of left it for a wee while because I thought, well, that's enough Game Boys for now. And then about a couple of weeks later, another one popped up on eBay and I thought, I'm having it. Boom, straight in there. And that one is this badass green one. Now, I hate the colour green. I'll be honest with you, it's really not a good colour for me. I'm an Aberdeen fan, hence why I prefer the red one. But this one's got no batteries in it at all. Which of course, always want to check. And I won't buy a Game Boy without the battery pack. That's just standard for me, I just won't do it. But there's absolutely no scratches on the Game Boy at all. The screen's got a couple of wee scuff marks, but when the system's turned on, you don't notice it. But yeah, it's absolutely pristine condition. Just needs a wee dust down, but yeah, it's in excellent condition, like I say. It works perfectly fine. Only problem that I noticed when I got it was the D-pad. It is a little bit loose, you know, as it moves around, which none of the Game Boy D-pads should actually do. They should all be firm, like I'll show you with the yellow one. They should all be firm. They shouldn't budge whatsoever. Well, they budge a little bit, but not too much. This one is just absolutely taking a piss. Completely and utterly loose there, so that's a bit annoying. But you don't really notice it, well, you do actually notice it quite badly when you're playing, so I might need to take the Game Boy apart and have a look and see what's actually gone wrong in there. But yeah, so that was Ace. And it came with a heap of games as well. Again, 4 games this time. Tasmania, which is up for grabs because I already have. Magnetic Soccer, which I didn't have, so I'll be keeping that one. Wave Race, I've got about 1 million of these. And WWF King of the Ring, which I didn't have either. So I'm really pleased with those. So those will be going into the collection. So I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games up for trade, and I've got 3 to keep. We're doing well. And yeah, so that came to a total of $19.99, free postage. But I messaged the boy once I got the Game Boy because he didn't mention that the D-pad was loose or whatever, and he kindly refunded me £3, which I was happy to take because the Game Boy is in good condition. I didn't want to send it back and have to wait ages to find another one that might not be in as good condition as that. So I thought, right, okay, that's what we'll do then. Took the £3. I'll take it apart at some point when I find some time and I'll fix what's wrong with the D-pad there. So yeah. Moving on, it was actually a couple of days ago I got these 2 through the post on the same day, which was pretty decent. One of them I paid, well, I'll tell you how much I paid for them in a minute, but yeah, first up I bought this. It's a Pokemon Game Boy holder and game console like holder pack thing. It's like a wee bag kind of thing, which is actually pretty decent. It's absolutely packed full of goodies. I'm going to show you the games. Well, I've got a little snake, as you can see the snake head there. Hello. Ooh. Boo. And that's a Game Boy Advance Lite, so that's another one, so that's cool. And it's got tons of games in here, so I'm going to pull the games out and I'll let you know what they are. So first up, now this was one of the reasons I bought this lot actually. It's quite pricey game. On the NES it is ridiculously priced, but here on the Game Boy it roughly goes for about 15 to 20 quid, and that is Rodland. So I'm really happy to get that on the Game Boy. It is a game on the NES I'm looking for, I'll be honest, I am looking for it, but it's just ridiculous price at the moment. On the Game Boy Color we've got Tom and Jerry in Mouse Attacks, which is pretty cool. So these games I don't have. This is another one I don't have. Monopoly, pretty decent. So I got lucky with this bundle. Seems to be a lot of games I don't actually have. This one I do have. If I can get it open. David Crane's The Rescue of Princess Blobette. So it's like a boy and his blob kind of game, which I already have. So that one's up for grabs. Then we got Game Boy Color game Sabrina the Animated Series. Don't have that one, so that'll be going at the Game Boy Color collection. And last but not least is The Grinch, which I don't have either, so that's cool. And I thought, alright, that'll do the job. I forgot that there was actually more games. If we open the back of the pack, you can see more. So this is pretty cool. Not too much more, but I'm happy with it. This one I can't remember if I have, I'm going to need to double check it, but it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is cool. Oh, I've got an itchy nose today. This one I do have, but it's in poor condition. Hyperload Runner, and it's really badly scuffed along the top of the label, and the cart's quite yellowed there as well, but if anybody wants it, let me know. This one I've got as well, The Humans, pretty decent one. It's a good game as well actually, I like that one. And another one that I've got, Pinball Dreams. So yeah, so all the ones I just showed you there, apart from Roger Rabbit, I need to go and double check, is up for grabs. And it came with a fuck ton of manuals and shit. First up we've got Sabrina manual, which is cool. Tom and Jerry and Mouse Attacks manual, it's a little bit beat up, but I don't mind that. And the Grinch manual, but look at the size of the Game Boy Color manuals. They're massive, absolutely huge, it's taking a piss up. And a ton of Game Boy manuals. What's that one? Yeah, Game Boy Color manuals and just instructions and like bump for the console. I don't have the box for it, but no, that's cool. And then yeah, so it was a bit like okay, there was meant to be a Game Boy with this. Where the fuck is it? So forgot there was an extra pocket down here. So when you open that, there's a Game Boy. And it is the purple clear Game Boy Color. And yeah, this is pretty decent. I already have this, but I wanted the games and it was going for a really good price. Again, no batteries, and it's got its translucent purple cover. And that is absolutely awesome. I think that is brilliant. I really hope you can see it in the light, guys. But I really like that, and I think that's well decent. I'm really pleased to have that in the collection again. Absolutely perfect response on the buttons, and yet it's in absolutely fully working order, so it's in great condition as that. So yeah, absolutely pleased this punch with that, but I already have that in my collection. I'll need to go and check which one's in better condition, but they both work, so if anybody's interested in one of them for a trade, let me know, and I will let you know exactly what I'm sending you. I'll probably send you a picture if you've got like Facebook or whatever, let me know. But this one is the creme de la creme for me. I never saw one of these when I was a kid, and fucking fly, piss off. I never saw one of these as a kid, and when I seen it on eBay at its price it was going at, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a punt on that. And it's absolutely pristine. The box isn't, but the Game Boy and the games are, and that is the black Game Boy, original black Game Boy, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely mint as well. As you can see, it comes in this really cool box, and it's an official Nintendo, because it's got a Nintendo seal on the bottom there. And you see a lot of Game Boys advertised on eBay with this. So, you know, I'm going to see if I can try and get more of these protective packs, because they're absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so you just flip it open, and then all the contents inside. I've got all compartments for all the games, and the system itself fits absolutely snug in there, no scratching, no squeezing it in whatsoever. So we'll pull that out and we'll show you that first. So yeah, so the black Game Boy, absolutely pristine condition. I'm going to try and hold it in the light so you can see it better. All the buttons work absolutely perfect on it. The screen has not got one scratch, it's got a finger mark on it, but that is it. On the back, it's got the battery cover again. No batteries, very clean compartment there. Honestly, this doesn't look like it's ever been used. I'm struggling to find one scratch on this thing, to be honest with you. I can't find any. So either that's been repainted or somebody has really looked after that. So that's brilliant. So I'm really happy with that. And it is an official one as well. That's the numbers in the back and all that. Absolutely pristine. All Game Boys should rattle ever so slightly, and that's because of the battery compartment. This little spring here is actually loose. You can actually pull that out and replace them. So yeah, that's the reason for the rattle, so don't worry about that. But yeah, works perfectly, first time every time, which is great. The pins, from what I'm looking at right now, look very, very shiny, so that's very good. So I'm very pleased with that. Also came with a ton of manuals, and you know me, I love my manuals. So we've got a little Game Boy warranty card thing there, Donkey Kong Land, Top Ranking Tennis, and another Game Boy System manual. So we've got all that in there. I'm just going to put the Game Boy back in its little hoosey. It sort of clips in there, and that's perfect. So now we've got the games to show you. And I've got some belting games here, really good ones. First up is Top Ranking Tennis, which you've seen the manual that I just showed you. Already have this game, so if anybody wants to let me know. I've also got this one, NBA All-Star Challenge, a really good basketball game actually, and apart from it being slightly yellowed on the bottom, it's fine. It is ever so slightly, well no, it's not chewed up, it's just quite dirty, just needs a bit of a clean. And then we've got a very, very poor condition, I don't think anybody's going to want this, Solar Striker. The label is completely and utterly minced on that, and the cart's got some scratches on it as well, so yeah, if anybody wants to buy a few of these or trade a few of these games, I will throw this one in for free, because that is in poor condition, but I'm keeping the case. And Donkey Kong Land, which I'll need to double check, I think I've already got, but this one looks as if it's definitely going to be in better condition than my one anyway. So yeah, not one dink on it at all. Absolutely pristine, brand new. So that's cool. And last, but definitely not least, another, I wouldn't say tricky one to get a hold of, but it can be quite pricey. He advertised the system with Donkey Kong Land sitting in one of the pockets and Solar Striker sitting in the other. And this one was right down at the bottom, and I went into the description and he said he had 5 Game Boy games. So I thought, right, okay, well, I'll just take a punt on it. There's maybe one of them I don't have. And this was definitely one of them that I didn't have. And it's, I think, yeah, one of them I didn't have. And the cart is okay for the condition of it, but it was one I was actually looking out for, and I'm really pleased to have it now. And that is the Flash. It's a UKV one, so it's a UK version. And it is in really nice condition actually. I mean, yeah, the cart is ever so slightly yellowed, but I don't mind that, so long as the label's fine. And it works perfectly, I've got no problem with that, and it does. So yeah, I'm really very happy to get that in my collection. So yeah, and the whole lot cost me, it was a bit pricey, I'll be honest with you. It was a little bit pricey. It cost me £21, but the postage was round about, I think it was around about a £5 or £5.50, so it was around about £26.50 in all. So for all that, I really can't complain. I am very happy with that. Really good set of games for the collection. And yeah, like I say, it's just absolutely brilliant. So I'm really pleased. So yeah, I'll just put the games back in here. So yeah. So anyway guys, that brings to an end my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just something different. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this back in its box because I don't want to break it. So yeah, so that's the Game Boy back in its box there, so that's cool. So yeah, that's all the Game Boys that I've picked up. I am on the lookout for the clear case Game Boy, the original one, and the original blue one, the light blue one. Can't remember if there's any other colours. I don't think there's a pink one. I'm pretty sure there's not a pink one. And yeah, I know there's a white one as well. So I'm on the lookout for them, like original Game Boy. So if any of you guys have them and you're willing to part with them, let me know, and we can maybe sort out some sort of a trade, or I'll buy them off you, or whatever. We'll, you know, see what we can come up with. I'm after all colours of Game Boys. It's going to take a long time and a hell of a lot of money, but I think it's going to look well cool once I get quite a lot of them together and add into the collection every now and then. So yeah, I'm going to have like a little retro Nintendo Game Boy museum. It's going to be awesome. But like I say, thanks very much for watching. Please let me know what you think of all the Game Boy stuff I got in this video. And if you're interested in some of the games that I mentioned that are up for trade, let me know as well. You know, or if you don't have anything for trade but you want to buy them, we can sort that out as well. I'm easy when it comes to that. So anyway guys, thanks very much for watching episode 69, my epic Game Boy pickups. And yeah, I shall see you in the next video, whenever that's going to be. Hopefully soon. But anyway, take it easy guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe as always, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.